Anybody remember me? Yeah. It's been a long time. It's been maybe 3 years since the last Flavorgasm, probably. If you used to watch Flavorgasm, then welcome back. If you've never watched Flavorgasm, then welcome. Tonight, I am cooking a flank steak. Not a flank steak. That is completely wrong. A skirt steak and fondant potatoes and grilled asparagus. And then I think I'm gonna do I got a French baguette. I think I might do a little garlic bread with that. If you don't know what fondant potatoes are, it's a French way of cooking potatoes where you cut them into little cylinders and you kind of sear on both sides, get them brown, and then it just means then you roast them in the oven with butter and stock, chicken stock, whatever you want. But I'm doing it all outside on the grill, of course. And for our marinade, we're going to start out with about 1/3 cup of balsamic vinegar. You can, of course, measure it out if you want to. I'm just eyeballing it. About 1/3 cup also of Worcestershire sauce. That's empty. Hang on. Again, about 1/3 cup of Worcestershire sauce. Or Worcestershire sauce for those in the UK. About maybe a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half of extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to do a splash of red wine. And if you're using wine to cook with, you want something kind of medium bodied. Like you want to use like a Merlot or a Pinot Noir. To that, a couple good tablespoons of minced garlic, or in this case I'm using garlic paste. You can use whichever you want, whichever you have. And I'm just going to add what I have left of some bourbon smoked sea salt. That's about a teaspoon. And same bourbon smoked black pepper. Like that. A teaspoon. Get that incorporated. Spill it, you know, if you find it in your heart. Alright, now it's time to grab the skirt steak and get it in there. And here's our skirt steak. Now, if you're going to, I'm just going to cut some, trim some of this hard fat and stuff off, silver skin and shit. If you're going to a butcher shop or meat market or something, you can ask for the type of skirt steak you want. Generally, you want to get outside skirt steak. If you find it in a grocery store and it's just labeled skirt steak, odds are it's inside skirt steak, which is what this appears to be because it's wider. Outside skirt steak is going to be a little narrower. It's a lot more tender. Inside skirt steak is going to be more chewy, but it's going into a marinade, so it will tenderize with that acid from the balsamic vinegar. So I'm just gonna get this trimmed up and get it in the marinade. All right, I've got about all I'm gonna trim off of this, and I'm gonna get it into the marinade. Make sure it's well coated. Stick this in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes to an hour. You can go up to 2 hours. You don't want to go over that because acid will start to cook your meat. And yeah, I'm just going to let that go, and then I'll bring it out and let it get back to room temperature for the last 30 minutes. Now the potatoes. We get these peeled. Just like that. Even did an extra one. Yes, they're not completely peeled, but at the ends are going to get cut off. And I'm going to get these in a bowl of water so they don't turn brown. And then just let them sit for a little bit while I get everything else prepared. So let's get them cut. About little medallion sizes, about like that. All right, now I'm gonna get them in the water and let them sit. Okay, so if you're familiar with the show, and a lot of times I would get pissed off when like I said, it's been 3 years since we've done this, or since I've done this. I always refer to myself as multiple people, I think. I don't know. Sometimes there's someone else here, but... So, you know, I always get irritated when it's raining or something like that and I can't grill. When I got ready to go outside and light the grill, you'll never believe what happened. It started raining. I'm cooking my fondant potatoes inside, and I guess it's going to be 11 o'clock tonight when I go outside and light the grill to do the steak and the asparagus. So I've got the potatoes going in a cast iron skillet on the stove. I was going to do them in the cast iron skillet on the grill, but alright, those are looking good. So I've got that on about medium-high heat. Give it a few minutes, however long it takes for the top side to get brown. Then, yeah, it's time to start adding something else. Right, so to these, and then also in the pan, in the skillet, I have ghee. You can use regular butter, but I chose to use ghee, which is just clarified butter, with the milk fats taken out of it, and just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. So to this, I'm going to add a sprig of rosemary and a couple sprigs of thyme. I'm going to turn the heat down some. Let the thyme and the rosemary perfume the oil and the butter and just add flavor to those potatoes. Let me put this damn screen back on so it stops splattering. I was gonna, at this point I would add a couple of just crushed garlic cloves, but turns out I was out of garlic. So I have the minced garlic in the jar. So that's what I'll use, but I will wait until I put it in the oven before I add it, because I don't want it to scorch and burn and turn bitter in the skillet on the stove. So I'll add that when I put it in the oven with the chicken stock. So that's where we're at right now. Letting the potatoes sear on the other side. Then we'll add the garlic and the chicken stock and get that into the oven that I have preheated at 350. I could probably go higher than that. I'd probably go 400, 425. You can do that. But I'm going to do it a little slower in the oven because I'm still waiting on the rain and the storms to stop so I can go outside and cook the steak and asparagus and my garlic bread. I almost forgot about the garlic bread. Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now, and I'll be back in a little while. But for you, it'll be instant. It'll be just like... All right, I've got the Weber kettle set up for 2-zone cooking, of course, like I always do. Which means I've got half of it filled with lump charcoal, burning hot, the other half not, so I can move it over. If flames start to come up, or if it, things start to get out of control, you can take it to a cool zone to control the flame. So, got my skirt steak ready, got the grill lit. Let's get it on and get it done, because it's like, what time is it? Like 10:30, 11 o'clock now. It's finally stopped raining and storming. I'm out here in the middle of the night cooking dinner. So, all right, let's get this going. All right, so we got it all on that one side. So let's go. I'm gonna do this with the just keep flipping method. I'm just gonna turn it every 30 seconds to a minute. I don't have the thermometer, so I'm just gonna have to look at it and figure it out. Which for all these years, I pretty much know what's medium rare and what's not. Take a look at that underside. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Look at that. And I'm calling it. Time of done, whatever time it is. It did not take long. It's time to go prep the asparagus. Alright, now it's time for the asparagus. Here's what we do. By now, most of you know, or I would think, most of you know, that if you grab the asparagus and you bend it, it breaks where the woody end stops. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be good to eat. And, the rest is grab it, bend it, see. So, you kind of take and line them up. just get rid of that. Now, you can either just throw these away, which is honestly probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw them outside in the woods for the rabbits and stuff. Or you can save them, put them in a Ziploc bag, put them in the freezer, something like that, and use them for making stock or soups or something. Throw them in a bowl. To that, a little extra virgin olive oil, or an oil of your choosing, whatever. If you want to use avocado oil or whatever you want to do. I'm finishing off this bottle. Yeah, finally, that thing's empty. Just bought a new one, so I've got the oil in there. Oils all over every one of them. Do that. Do some more of the garlic. Which, again, having to use the mince in the jar. It's got other things in it, and it's not, great, but it works. All right, it works. So we get that mixed in. Okay, we got the garlic in there. We got the oil. I'm gonna do just a little bit of lemon zest. You just want to get the outside. You don't want to dig into the white, into that pith, or it's going to get bitter. But the lemon zest adds so much flavor, such lemoniness, however you want to say that. I don't want to do too much. I don't want it to be too overpowering, because I'm going to add the lemon juice to it once it's done. All right, just a little salt and pepper. We're ready to get this out to the grill. Just got a grill pan. I'm gonna coat with a little spray. Now, just pour our asparagus in there. All that, don't even worry about that, because it's going to go right back in there. It's going to get on it. The hell? That one don't even have a tip on it. No, no. Right, let's check on these. You just want to try to keep them as much of a single layer as you can, so they each one gets heat. They get a little bit charring, and you can throw them directly on the grill, but these are susceptible to just falling in between the grates. So that's the great thing about these grill pans with the holes in them. They're just, they're perfect for your veggies. You can start to see a little bit of charring there. Sorry. I'm watching my hand and not the camera. Like I said, it's been a long time. I'm getting back in the swing. Look, yeah, that. That's what I'm talking about. That's what you want to see. You don't overdo it, but you know, you want some of that charring. And of course, if if you feel like you're getting too much char, you could always just take and move it over there and shut the lid. Depending on what, if you've got a kettle or if you've got a gas grill or pellet or, whatever you're working with. Smaller, I'll pull this off the heat for just a quick second. I'm going to run inside and get something, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And let's get the asparagus back over on the heat. And now I went back inside because I was like, you know what? I knew that I was going to do a squeeze of the lemon juice, the juice from the lemons that I got the zest from, over the asparagus when they were done. But I was just like, you know what? You know what would add some flavor? Grilling the lemons. You get a little bit of that char on the lemons. It's going to be spectacular. So, asparagus is about done anyways. You don't want it mushy. You want it where it's still just a little bit of bite. In fact, I'm just going to go on and pull that off. And got the lemons. Get a little color on that. And when I was slicing the lemon, I realized, you know what I forgot? The damn bread. So, there's our garlic bread. Let's just, I gotta check this asparagus. It's hot. Oh yeah, it's right there. Oh my God. Dude. Mmm. Mm. First of all, I love asparagus. And it is right there. The flavor is outstanding. And that's without the lemon juice. And I'm probably going to add a little bit of Parmesan to it afterwards. That is amazing. Still a little. It's a good amount of crunch. We'll let go for just a couple more minutes. Just a little bit softer, I think. Right, let's look at this. Oh yeah. The lemons are getting some color. That's what I want. That's what I want. The bread. Yes. A little more on that one. What you get over there? Oh my God, we're there. We are there. We are there. These lemons. The lemons are good. Yes. Bread. We'll let that bottom side get just a little more toasty. Not much, just a little. Move the asparagus back that way. It's almost that time, and I cannot wait. So every time I turn to you, you are going down on yourself, bro. All right, I'm fixing to take this stuff off, and I'll meet you back inside to plate it up and eat, finally. Okay, here's how we put all this together. Bread crust off. So we got our asparagus We got our charred lemons. Oh, it makes them so much juicier. Oh man, I'm only going to use half of that. That is juicy as AF, you know? Through your hands so the seeds don't get in there. Oh, that lemon's where it's at. Just, yeah, I'm only going to use that 1/2. And I took a little taste of it. Man, that char just it gives it something. Let's check this out. Okay, so with any cut, what you want to do is you want to cut across the grain. So you see the grain's running this way, pretty pronounced. And you want to slice across the grain, but we don't want slices 12 inches long here, you know? So we'll do this in thirds. Let's see. Oh yeah. So pink, maybe just a tad over medium. But I can tell by feeling it. It's soft as hell. Get her some thin slices. That 1/3 of it is that's a good portion. That's gonna be my meal. Man, I cannot wait to get into this. I've got the perfect medium. Now that I looked at it, I said earlier it looked a little overcooked. It actually is quite medium rare, very pink. Got the medium rare skirt steak, the fondant potatoes, the asparagus, the grilled garlic bread. All I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna hit with a little grated parm. Might as well on the potatoes too. Yeah, a little bit on the bread. Like it. We like Parmesan, right? And because I need a little bit of green on those potatoes, some fresh parsley. Throw it on, just toss it on the plate. Like a little emerald back in the day. Bam. There we have it. Does that nut look fucking delicious or what? I cannot wait to tear into this. It's fixing to happen right now. There we go. Let's, you know, I'm gonna save the steak for last. I already know the asparagus is good. I'm just gonna go. Oh man. When I tried it out on the grill, it was already good. But you add that charred lemon, the juice from the grilled lemons, and then that Parmesan. Wow. You know, now I gotta try this fondant potato. So it's got like a crispy outside and then a pillowy mashed potato like inside. Feels like. Be still my beating heart. Feel my nipples. Wow. Oh my God. I've been wanting to try doing the fondant potatoes for a while. And I gotta say, I am really not at all disappointed in this. Oh my God. That is fantastic. The oh my God, the butter, the thyme, the rosemary is really pronounced. Okay, that's a how can you can't even begin to come up with a word for how freaking good that is. Try some of this bread. Holy shit. That's so good. Now, you can get, I took French baguette. Let's cut a little piece off, slice that in half, and then you can make your own mixture of butter, garlic, some herbs, some seasoning, whatever you want to do. I just happened to have this thing I bought recently that I thought I'd try. It's a garlic finishing butter for meats and bread, and so that's what I rubbed on it, smeared on it, crust to crust, of course. As Jeff Morrow would say on the kitchen, crust to crust is a must. Spray it all over it, throw it on the grill. Real quick, real simple. Really good. Good and crusty too. Man, that would be so good with like a soup or a salad. Now, here we go. Oh man, there is a reason that I call my show Flavorgasm. That steak is phenomenal. Perfectly cooked. It's tender. It is inside skirt steak, so it is still a little bit chewy, but it's not overly chewy. It's tender. It's soft. It's, I mean, you can look at that. Man. It took longer than I anticipated. The whole night took longer than I anticipated. But I swear to you, every damn minute of it is worth it for these flavors. So, if you've got a night when it's not raining and you can get out on the grill, do the potato. You can do the potatoes in like I did on the skillet. I'm roasting the oven. It's perfectly fine. That's how it's meant to be cooked, anyways. I was just gonna do it on the grill. The asparagus is freaking perfection. Cheers. Love ya. Thanks for watching. Yeah, sit down and eat.